Hi guys and welcome to TechteamGB. This video is all about the tech of 2017 and my personal favourites and your guys' favourites too. Let's take a look. So we're going to be doing this in categories including monitors, graphics cards, CPUs, and a kind of a wide range of stuff that's come out and I have reviewed this year. And then we'll finish off with the viewer's choice for what is really the tech of the year 2017 overall winner. So let's start out with CPUs. We've had a lot of CPUs launched this year, but my personal favourite, and I think the one that has shaken up the industry the most, has to be AMD's Ryzen. Personally, I really like the 1600 non-X chip. It's a fantastic value for money as well as for your core count, and of course you do still have the 1700 and 1700X that come in at what I'd call a close second to the 1600 in terms of value for money and performance. Moving on to graphics cards, I think it has to be the 1080 Ti. This really is the flagship card. It's really the card that everyone goes to for the best performance right now, and while the Vega cards do come in a quite close second, especially the Vega 56, their relative performance compared to their price rivals means that unless you're Bitcoin mining or you're really just a massive fan of the red team and prefer their drivers, for example, then you know, it's probably better off that you go with the Team Green alternative, especially when comparing power consumption and heat output. But otherwise, I think the 1080 Ti really deserves a spot. When it comes to motherboard of the year, technically I probably should have two for this, but I'm going to go with one motherboard that's really stood out as a pretty awesome board with decent enough support and certainly some awesome features, and that is the Asus Crosshair 6 Hero. This is the board that I'm personally using in my desk PC right now. It has great overclocking support, it's done pretty well in terms of the Igiza updates being relatively quick, it's got a lot of awesome functionality, and of course it's the new X370 platform, so yeah, it kind of all fits it in place. Now I wasn't going to include this one, but due to a few viewer requests, here it is. RGB Fan of the Year. Now this one has actually had quite a few entrants, obviously the Corsair HD and SP 120s, we've also got the Cooler Master fans, we've got the NZXT ARs and quite a few other variants available. Now for me, these have to go to the Corsair LLs. They're not the best fans in the world. They're also pretty expensive, but they reach a very nice point where you have a very awesome style factor as well as some pretty decent fans to go with it. So yeah, I think it's pretty worth the spot. CPU Cooler of the Year is also a pretty interesting one. So this one for me, it kind of comes down to the ones that I've tested and reviewed. And for me, the best one that I've tested and reviewed this year is the Cooler Master Liquid Non-Pro 240. So that is the sort of fairly slim pump design one. And it's a fantastic cooler. It does a really good job at general mounting. There could be some improvements here, like how they did the Neptune series, but generally speaking, it's a slim pump, it's very quiet, and it performs very well as well. So that's my pick for this category. Moving on to the external components, I'm going to start off with the monitor here. Now, for me, the most interesting monitors that have been out this year are the 240Hz models from ViewSonic, AOC, and Asus. But I think the Asus one, for being the first of its kind, really has to get the best monitor of the year award. It's not the best kind of overall monitor in general. There's certainly some other monitors, especially in the more IPS category, that are certainly very interesting, but with this sort of semi-groundbreaking 240Hz technology, if you like, I think it deserves the spot. Moving on to the keyboard, there's been quite a few keyboards launched this year, and quite a few keyboards that I've personally reviewed that may have been launched in the last year as well, but there's really one that ultimately stood out to me as amazing value for money, really good build quality, decent switches, decent keycaps, and while it didn't have LED backlighting, it was still a just incredibly impressive keyboard, especially for its price, and that is the Aukey 88 key mechanical keyboard. This thing is, as I said, insane value for money. It's insane in terms of its build quality, and especially due to that price as well, it's just fantastic. When it comes to mouse of the year, this one is pretty easy for me to answer. That is the SteelSeries Rival 310. It's a mouse I currently use as my gaming mouse. It is incredibly impressive, it's incredibly lightweight, the TrueMove sensor is fantastic, and overall I'm just really blown away by how well built, well designed and all that sort of stuff it is, as it's a fantastic mouse. I genuinely enjoy using it, and yeah, it's just awesome. Moving on to gaming headsets of the year. Of course, a lot of people would probably reach for the HyperX Cloud 2s, and they're probably not that wrong. I unfortunately don't have any Cloud 2, so I can't necessarily give you a full, this is what my stamp of approval for it, but for me personally, the headset that I've reviewed this year that really changed which headset I use, and generally the one that I really found most impressive is the Corsair Void Pro. Now, it's not, again, it's not the best headset in the world. There are certainly better options for a similar sort of price point when it comes to wired headsets. Personally, I use the Corsair Void Pro wireless. It's actually the yellow special edition one, and it's an incredible comfort level. It's great in terms of audio quality, and the mic quality is also pretty decent too. And of course, being wireless is also just an extra sort of nice shout too. Now, personally, as I said, there are some other options that you might find a little bit better in terms of audio quality and even microphone quality with stuff like the mod mic that you can add on to basically any headset, but because it's wireless, and because it has the sort of all built-in functionality, it is my choice for this year. Now, I realise that this video is getting a little bit on the long side, so I'm going to stop my picks here and go with the viewer's choice. Now, the viewer's choice was where I asked on the weekly Thursday live streams what tech of the year you would note as the best, most disruptive, most interesting, and just generally best bit of tech that has been released this year. And hands down, and when I say hands down, I genuinely mean all of these responses, you all voted for Ryzen. So Ryzen is the TechteamGB Viewer's Choice Tech of the Year. Congratulations. So with that said, thank you for an awesome year. If you haven't seen the TechteamGB sort of year in review video that came out on Friday, feel free to check that one out if you want to see what we've been doing this entire year and a little bit of what's to come. Otherwise, thank you for watching. There are some other videos over here for you to check out if you want some New Year viewing pleasure. And if you're viewing this in the future, then feel free to let me know what sort of interesting tech you'd like to see in the 2018 episode of this. Otherwise, that is pretty much it. If you're new to the channel, I'm kind of surprised. Feel free to subscribe if you are. And otherwise, yeah, we'll see you all in the next video.